Welcome to this week's Fowl Friday Tip of the Week, brought to you by HP Outdoors. Here's your hosts, Josh Palm and Dan Harushka.
Hey guys, it's Josh and Dan, and we're back with another Fowl Friday quick tip of the week. This week we're going to talk to you about foam-filled decoys and some of the benefits and the drawbacks that they offer versus a standard decoy. To start with the positives of a foam-filled decoy, the number one thing is going to be the durability that they offer. Being that the decoy is constructed of a solid piece of foam, basically it's indestructible. You can shoot this decoy, you can drop it, you can bang it off the boat, you can drop it on the parking lot when you're on your way to your truck. Nothing's going to hurt these decoys. In my experience, my foam-filled decoys tend to hold and retain the paint a lot better than some of my standard decoys that I have. And like I said, you can shoot them and you don't really have to worry about them sinking and that kind of stuff. So the longevity that these decoys are going to provide is a huge positive that you have to really consider. The foam-filled decoy is sort of something that's kind of new to the market, and you're not seeing every single manufacturer out there putting out foam-filled decoys, but there are more companies getting into this space. So there are slowly but surely more options for the foam-filled decoy if you're interested in the different species and things like that. But, it's still not completely available across the spectrum. And, particularly the foam-filled decoy is really going to be something that the diver hunters are going to want to look at really closely because, when you got diver ducks that are flying low to the water, getting into the spread, and you're shooting into your spread on a regular basis, if you've hunted divers for very long and you're using standard decoys, you know what I'm talking about. You're always looking at your sinkers hanging out there, and you got to figure out ways to patch them and repair them and stuff like that. So if you make the conversion to a foam-filled decoy, that problem is gone, and you will not have to deal with that any longer. So lots of positives to consider when you're thinking about using a foam-filled decoy, but there's also some negatives to consider. Dan, tell us about that.
I did want to mention one more thing about the durability. If you go to Higdon's website and you see them drilling holes through the decoy and they do not matter at all, the decoys are still going to float, but there are some negatives. One would be the weight. If you have a long haul and you have to carry them in, you're definitely going to notice that over a standard decoy. Also, if you're in a small craft like a canoe or a kayak, you might have to watch your weight limits because they will get hefty if you have a big spread out there. And, the cost, it's going to be a little bit more upfront, but like you said, if you're shooting at divers or even puddle ducks with some of the guys I shoot with, if you start sinking some of your standard decoys, you're going to end up paying more in the long run anyways. Also, you mentioned it, but you're not going to find all the species and all the sizes that you want in foam-filled. Even though a lot of companies are coming out with more, they are not all out there yet. So that's some negatives for you.
So foam-filled decoys are becoming more prevalent in the market, and if you haven't considered them, you may want to take a look, especially for you guys out there chasing divers. It's definitely something that's going to save you money in the long run and a lot of heartache and frustration fixing those leakers.
Looking for more waterfowl hunting tips and techniques? Visit hpoutdoors.com or subscribe to the HP Outdoors Waterfowl podcast on iTunes.